start our Ujjayi breath here. Now that we're warmed up, let's inhale through our nose and exhale through our nose, feeling that little constriction. We're going to use this breath throughout our whole practice. So let's get started by coming over onto our knees, tucking our back toes. Just going to gain my feet. So I'm going to walk my hands back, come up onto the balls of my feet, and I'm going to push up into a standing position. And then just step right up to the front of my mat. I'm going to roll my shoulders back and down, micro bend those knees, lift that sternum up, tuck my belly in, take a deep breath in. Chin is nice and level. I'm reaching up toward the sky with my top of my head, reaching down through the earth with my feet. I'm going to bend my knees, take my hands up. Big breath here in as I slight arch back. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands are going to come wide as I forward fold. Exhaling into a forward fold. I'm going to nod my head yes. Shake my head no here as I take a couple breaths. Make sure I'm nice and loose. And then I'm going to drag my hands up my knees, up my shins and cut my knees. Taking a big breath in, lifting through the top of me. And then I'm going to exhale and come all the way back down. I'm going to plant those hands. Take my left foot back to the back of my mat, and I'm going to drop that back knee down, drop the back foot down, and I'm going to reach up. Inhaling nice and deeply. And I'm going to exhale. I'm going to bring those hands back at the front foot, tuck the back toe, and take the right foot back to the left in a downward facing dog. I'm going to roll forward with a big inhale and drop my knees down with an exhale. I'm going to inhale and take my bottom to my heels. And then I'm going to exhale here. I'm going to leave my elbows really high off of the floor and reach my hands forward to stretch out my shoulders. Let's take another deep breath in here. And exhale. I'm going to roll forward. And then reach up toward the sky. I'm going to flex backwards by taking my pelvis forward, looking about where the ceiling meets the wall. And then I'm going to come back to my hands and knees. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose here. Back into that child pose. Exhale when you get there. I'm going to roll forward. Tuck my back toes, come into downward facing dog by raising my bottom up. This is our first time through, so if your heels don't hit the floor, that's fine. Just bend your knees a little bit. Don't strain. First time through. Right foot is going to come to the middle of the mat. Left foot is going to come behind us. I'm going to reach through with that front foot. Drop the back knee, drop the back foot, and reach up. One more time. Inhale. I'm going to drop my hands back to the floor. I'm going to tuck that back toe, lift the knee, get a little bit of momentum, and step forward into a forward fold. I'm going to drag those hands up with a big inhale, exhale into a flat back, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. And then drop the hands back down, bend the knees, come all the way up. Slight arch back. Inhaling. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, hands to heart center and down to your sides with a big exhale. I'm gonna do that another time through. This time we're gonna do a few modifications here on some of those poses. Let's take our hands up. Inhale. Slight arch back, exhale. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands down into a forward fold. Let's place our hands on our elbows here, inhaling. Nodding your head yes, shaking your head no, swinging from side to side. Dropping those hands back down. With a big inhale, let's come halfway up. And then exhale all the way back down. This time we're going to step back with the right foot into that high lunge. And this time we're going to keep it high here for just a moment. I really want you to push back on that heel, opening up through the Achilles tendon, keeping this front knee 90 degrees. And then we're going to drop that foot down, drop the back of the foot, and instead of coming up, this time we're going to walk back. Raise those toes, stretch through the front leg. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out, and let's walk forward. I'm going to go back into a downward facing dog, so I'm going to tuck that back toe. I'm going to take the left foot back to the right. And this time, I'm going to bend the right knee and stretch through the left heel. And then I'm going to bend the left knee and stretch through the right heel. And I'm going to switch because it feels good. And I'm going to switch again. Then I'm going to come down onto my hands and knees by rolling forward, my weight forward onto my balls of my hands. I'm going to tuck my back toes. I'm going to drop the belly. I'm going to look up slightly with a big inhale. And then on an exhale, I'm going to take my belly button to my spine toward the ceiling. I'm really pressing down on my palms and coming back to a flat and level pose. Let's go into a child pose here. So I'm going to drop my bottom back to my heels. I'm going to take my right hand off the edge of the mat, stack my left hand on it. And I'm going to come back to the center. And do that on the other side. Left hand off the mat, right hand stacked on top. And then back to the center. Let's come up to our hands and knees and then salute. Knees, feet are coming straight out of the knees, so don't put your feet together. Bow backwards just slightly by taking the pelvis forward, and then we're going to come back to our hands and knees. Back into a simple child pose. This time, let's take our palms behind us. Palms are facing the sky. Head comes down. Relax those shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's bring those hands up. Push up to your hands and knees. We're going to come up into a downward facing dog. So I'm going to tuck my back toes, lift my bottom up. Roll back into this downward facing dog. I'm going to roll my thighs together. I'm going to push my weight off of my hands and onto my feet. Then I'm going to plant the left foot in the middle of my mat. Raise my right foot up. This is the move that everybody gets struggling with. So I'm going to really push it forward. Swing that forward and then drop that back knee down, back of the foot down. And again, we're just staying low here. I'm going to take that pelvis to the floor. And then I'm going to roll back and stretch. And then roll forward, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and stretch through the Achilles tendon on that left side. Take a nice deep breath in. You can do this. I'm gonna rock my weight back, step forward, and do a forward fold and an exhale. I'm gonna drag those hands up, drop my body back down, bend my knees, come wide with my hands up into a salute, slide arch back, reach up, and then bring my hands all the way down through my heart center, and I'm feeling pretty doggone good here. So let's go through this in a flow, just all the way through. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Square those shoulders, bend those knees, tuck the belly, inhale, and exhale. Bend the knees, slide arch back. So we're gonna salute, take the hands up, big inhale. We're gonna exhale, reach up. We're gonna take our hands wide and forward fold, inhaling as we go. Diving down into your mat. We're gonna exhale, drag those hands up your knees, cup them, and exhale. Inhale, flow down, inhaling, and exhale when you get there. Totally relax. I'm gonna step back with the left foot. Inhale, drop the back knee, drop the back foot, and exhale as you reach up. Gonna inhale, take your hands down. Tuck the back toe, take the back foot back into downward facing dog, and exhale when you get here. Inhale as you roll forward and drop the knees down into a tabletop. And exhale as you take your bottom to your heels in a child pose. Inhale, roll forward into a tabletop. And exhale as you reach up toward the sky. Inhale again into a tabletop. And this time exhale as you go back into that child pose and relax. Time to push up into a downward facing dog. So we're gonna inhale as we roll forward, tuck the back toes, and lift the bottom. Exhale when you get here. We're going to plant the right foot. Inhale up with the left. Pull through. Drop the back knee, drop the back foot, and exhale into this stretch. I'm going to inhale as my hands come forward. I'm going to tuck my back toe, lift the knee, and exhale into a forward fold. I'm going to inhale, drag my hands up, cup my knees, and exhale back down. I'm going to bend my knees, come wide. Exhale. Slide arch back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands through heart center, down into Tadasana. Let's roll those shoulders back and down. Lift the sternum. Plant through the feet. Feel like you're growing roots. Let's roll our femurs together, taking our heels out, toes together. Bending those knees just slightly, getting everything all lined up. And then exhale and release. One more time through, and we'll call it good. This time we're going to take our hands All the way up. Inhale. Exhale down. Forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale when you get there. Inhale all the way down. Exhale into high lunge, so right foot comes back. Drop the knee. Drop the top of the foot. Exhale, reach up with your hands. Hands are going to come down in the front with a big inhale. Tuck the back toe. We're going to go into downward facing dog, so take the left foot back with that inhale. And exhale when you get there. Roll forward into tabletop. Inhaling. And then exhaling into child pose. Inhale up to your hands and knees. And exhale as you reach for the sky. Inhale back to your hands and knees. And exhale as you take your bottom to your heels. Going into downward facing dog, so we're going to roll forward with an inhale, lifting the bottom, and exhaling when we get there. I'm going to plant the left foot, raise the right foot, and on the inhale, I'm going to pull through. I'm going to drop the back knee, drop the back foot, and reach up with an exhale. I'm going to drop those hands down. Bracket my foot, tuck my back toe, inhale, and step forward. Exhale when I get here. Inhale, drag my hands up. Cup my knees as I look down, and exhale all the way back down. I'm going to bend my bottom, my knees so my bottom drops. Take my hands wide, inhaling. Exhale, slide arch back. Inhale up. And exhale down. Roll the shoulders back. Find your balance point. Big breath here, inhaling. And exhaling. In order to get all wound down, we're going to need to get to our mat. So let's take our hands up and dive down. Take one foot back, the other foot back. Knees come down. Find a hip. And we're back in to a seated position, ready to wind down.